This Psalm 37, I've got it in two parts, or going to make it in two parts. It's got over 40 verses, so it needs that extra work or extra time to do this one. I've tried to do other 40s or more, and they just are a little long. They take a couple hours. That's going to be the text we're going to start from. And I'm going to go quickly through these, just dividing it up. So, do not fret because of evildoers. Be not envious towards the wrongdoers. They will wither quickly like the grass and fade away like the green herb. I'm just going to do something like that. Trust in YV and do good. To dwell in the land. Do good to dwell in the land. To live, not dwell. And I've decided to make a shortcut key so I don't have to do this every word later. So I think I'm gonna just add that to my list over here. Dwell in not the land but our land. Our land. And cultivate, well, we don't even need that. Trust in YV and do good. To live in our land. Delight yourself in YV, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to YV. Commit your way to YV's trust. Also in him, and he will do it. Well, that just got the first zip. He will bring forth your righteousness as a light, and your judgment as the noon. Can't have, noon is just noon. Noonday, that they don't understand what a day is. Rest in YV and wait patient for him. Do not fret because of whom prospers in his way, because the man who carries out wicked schemes. Do not fret because of them. Because of man carries out wicked schemes. Well, there's two different people here. Because of man, I carry out wicked schemes. Seems cease from anger and forsake the wrath. Do not fret. Yeah, this is not, no, this is not. Do not fret, evildoers. For evildoers will be cut off, but those who wait for YV not the word wait, will inherit land. Yeah, but it was descendants who wait will inherit. Yet a little while the wicked man will be no more, and you will look carefully for his place, and he will not be there, he will be no more. This be, he will, I guess, be no more. And I'm just gonna use this and say I just moved it here. Oops, yellow, this is green. Our humble will inherit the land, will inherit our land, and delight themselves in abundance, prosperity. That's a difference. The wicked plot against the righteous and gnash their teeth at him with his teeth. Livy laughs at him, for he sees his ending, for he knows his ending. The wicked have drawn the sword and bent their bow to cast down afflicted and needy, to slay those who are upright in conduct. Their sword will enter their own heart, and their bows will be broken. Better in a little while for the righteous than the abundance of many wicked. For the arms of the wicked will be broken, but Livy will sustain the righteous. Livy knows the days of the blameless, and their inheritance will be forever. They will not be ashamed in the time of evil. In the days of famine. In the days of famine they will have abundance. They will not be ashamed in the time of evil. But the wicked will perish. And this would be like the enemies of Livy. And like dried pastures, they vanish. Like smoke, they vanish away. I don't know about that verse. That's just weird. The wicked borrows and does not pay back, but the righteous is gracious and gives. For those blessed by him, Those blessed by him will inherit our land. But who curse him, cursed by him will be cut off. Blasphemy is to speak against our Creator, so I'm thinking those who cursed him, and then this would be gone. Those who curse him will be cut off. Those curse him will be cut off. That almost could be one verse now. The steps of a male are established by YHVH, and he delights in his way. When he falls, he will not be hurled headlong. Headlong where? Because YHVH is the one who holds his hand. I have been young and now I am old, yet I have not seen the righteous forsaken, or his descendants begging for bread. All day long he is gracious. Always is he gracious. This is not our Creator, that's why. And his descendants are blessed. Depart from evil and do good. So I see I went and done this one ahead of time. Like the word abide and live is the same word, so you will live forever. For YHVH loves justice, loves your justice, and does not forsake his righteous ones. I'm going to add this to the list. I know that's about the 5th time I've had to do that one. They are preserved forever. I don't know about that. How do you preserve man when you're actually living in heaven? You're safe there. But the descendants of the wicked will be cut off. That's actually the opposite of that one, or hooks together. The righteous will inherit our land. Our righteous will inherit our land and live and live in it forever. The mouth of righteous utters wisdom, and his tongue speaks. Here again, this is a good verse to show that the tongue is the one that speaks, and his tongue speaks justice. The law of his creator, law of our creator. Yeah, because we don't want, we're speaking to our descendants when we write these type of things, so it would be and laws is not the right word. Laws of our creator are in his heart. His steps will not, his feet will not slip. Will not slip. The wicked spies upon the righteous and seeks to kill them. Why we will not leave them in his hand, or let them be condemned when he is judged. I don't know, something just happened there. Wait for wifey and keep his way, and he will exalt you. For you to inherit. Whoops. You to inherit. Boy. When the wicked are cut off, you will see this. Oh, I gotta plug my tablet in. I just see a warning from battery getting low here. This is my cheat sheet to actually do these, to switch between scenes and things with OBS. I see this. For I have seen wicked men. I guess this is men, not man. The wicked men spread themselves. I have seen wicked men spreading themselves like a tree. Like a tree. Then he passed away, and lo, he was no more. I sought for him, and I looked for him. I looked for his. I looked for his descendants, for that way looked for his. But they were not found. Mark the blameless. And behold the right upright man. They I guess I might have cut that too soon. Remember the blameless. I remember the blameless, and beheld the upright, and beheld his uprightness. A male of peace will have yeah, that could be, that needs a lot of work there. But the transgressor will be destroyed. But transgressors will be destroyed, and their wickedness will be cut off. And the prosperity of the wicked, meaning the wealth, I guess, would be gone. Don't know how to pass it on from generation to generation. But I'm looking for a format, and I'm not seeing anything really. I have to look at it here. The salvation of the righteous is from YV. He is their time, is their strength. In times of trouble, YV helps them. Delivers them. YV helps and delivers them. He delivers them from the wicked and saves them because they take refuge in him. He saves them. Okay, that was like 23 minutes long, but I know I whispered a lot, but I want to do that quickly here. Now when I go over it this next time, and then that'll be the end of this video, and then I will pick it up on the next half. Do not fret, because of evildoers. Do not be envious towards the wrongdoers, for they will wither, trying to decide whether quickly below them, because the evildoer, do not be envious towards the wrongdoer. They wither quickly. They wither quickly, like the grass. Or fade away. that might be wilt, like the green herb. Trust in YV and do good, to live on our land. And cultivate, live in our land, and be faithful. And be his faithful. Well, delight yourself in YV. Right. Delight yourself. You can't. Delight would be happy. Well, I don't want to go there again. That got a lot to do here. Delight yourself in YV. He will give you the desires of your heart. No, he doesn't. We have too many burdens, and everybody knows that we are to live with our burdens. So he doesn't really. And now the desires of your heart would be your children to inherit the land. Commit your way to YV. Trusting. Commit your life. Boy, I had to use the word life here quite some time here. I think this one I'm gonna do like that as well. Commit your life to YV. Trust in him. Trust in him. Commit your life to YV. Put your trust in him. Oops. Put your trust in him. And he will bring forth your righteousness as the light of noon. See that? And he will bring forth your righteousness like the light of noon. I think that's a 4 verse, that's a 3 verse, that's a 4 verse, that's 4, that's 4. So this would be commit your life. You can see, I hope you realize why I just took that out. You can't delight yourself in YV. You can commit yourself and be happy that you are living your life by obeying him. But delight yourself in YV? I don't see I couldn't write that like that, okay? And then when it comes down here, he will give you the desires of your heart. No, you just don't ask him for $1,000,000 and he's going to give it to you. So, out. Commit your life to YV, put your trust in him. He will bring forth your righteousness like the light of noon. Oh, I like that. That's almost rhythmic. Rest in YV and be patient for him. Do not fret. Rest in him. Wait for him. I almost want to use the word wait instead of the word rest, and then it pops up after. Rest in YV and wait for him patient. Do not fret, because those who prosper, that would be, if you're not fretting, you're because of evilness, because of him who prospers in his way. I guess I'm going to just go on here, because man who carries out wicked. Yeah, see, now we're starting to get where this, I don't know how it's tying together, because of man. Do not fret, because evil prospers. Because evildoers. And that would be replacing him who. Because evildoers prospers in their way. In their ways. And we would understand that that means their evilness or their wickedness. I guess wicked doers. Do not fret, because wicked doers prosper in their life, I guess. Because isn't that what I've been I've been replacing away with life. So let's continue with that. And I think I'm going to make myself a note and go the rest of the text and just remove and add those words, because the way is saying life all the time, or your way of life prospers in their way of life. Maybe I need to do that, their way of life. Yeah, I think I'll way of life. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it over here first. Make it on. Commit your way of life to IV. Yeah, I like that. Okay, maybe it's adding too many words to a verse though. Do not fret because wicked doers prosper in their way of life. Yet who carries out wicked schemes? These are wicked doers. So it's like this. You can't change from wicked doers to evil doers. Let me. That I might have made a mistake. It might just be evil. Do not fret. Only for evildoers will be cut off. But those who wait for YV will inherit our land. Will inherit their land. Their land could be their land. Yet a little while, because that might tie up with this here. We'll cut off from the land. This text is starting to talk about how evil people are on the land and they aren't getting kicked off. For the evildoers will be cut off from their land, but those who wait for YV will inherit their land. Will inherit their land. Not meaning the other guy's land, but their own land. Land, and that's the promise. With the capital letter, that's representing the promised land. So that means the people that are starting to go away from our Creator are on the land, are on their own land. Those who wait for YV will inherit their land. Even if I put our land, it's almost like they fall away and others will pick it up. Anyways, I have to do that a little later. Yet in a little while, the wicked man will be no more. You will look carefully for his descendants, and he will be no more. Look for his place. That just got done talking about. Descendants. I've got to make sure I remember that word. Descendant. Descendants? Let me see if I've actually learned how to spell that word today. Okay, that's better. And look carefully for his descendants, and they will be no more. They'll be taken captive as well, so our humble will inherit our land and will delight themselves in and delight themselves in their prosperity. The wicked plots against the righteous, gnashes teeth at him. YHVH laughs at him and sees his day ending, not coming. For he sees his day is ending, not coming, ending. Oops, boy. 2 errors just like that. Bingo, bingo. For he knows, not sees, knows. He knows his days are ending. The wicked have drawn the sword and bent. The wicked have drawn their sword and bent their bows. This is to slay those who are righteous, who are upright in conduct. Well, I guess that would be, but that verse is out. To kill those, to slay those is to kill those. To kill those. Okay. Their sword will enter their own. Their bones will be broken. Better is a little of the righteous than This is almost like this verse here goes right below this one. To be a 4 verse. Or do I make this a longer? The wicked have drawn their sword. Let's do like this and get rid of this. To go to kill the upright. To kill the upright and cow. And then that hooks. Their sword will enter their own butt. Their sword will enter their own heart, and their bows will be broken. We can have drawn their bow, not their sword. So how do I do this? Bring this back, and then have drawn. Yes, there needs to be brought back as well. Oops. Well, I need to get rid of that little bit of blue. Gotta do this. Okay, the wicked have drawn their bow. The wicked has bows. Bows to kill the upright in conduct. But their swords will enter their own heart, and their bows will be. Wicked have drawn their swords. This is drawn. Wicked have drawn. I'm going to put there. There. The swords swords added and bent bows, and added the S. I'm pretty sure I added the word there. If not, my mistake, but I need to get rid of it and put it down here. Whoops. And get rid of this. The wicked have drawn their swords and bent their bows, I guess. That just... The wicked have drawn their swords and bent their bows to cut down the afflicted and needy. Let's add this back. Not to cast down, but to cut down. To cut down are afflicted. I'm just, this might not be there, but it's are afflicted and weak, not needy. Weak. Okay. Now, the wicked have drawn their swords and bent their bows to cast down our afflicted and weak, to kill the I'm thinking, yet to kill those, can I save this? To kill who are operating. This would have to be they also. They also kill those who are who have, yeah, I guess here, have and have, I guess I gotta do this and get this settled out of my mind. They also kill those who have his upright conduct. No, those who have, those who are upright, those who have upright conduct, those who are upright in conduct. No, it reads better, who have upright conduct, but their swords will enter their own heart and their bows will be broken. Ta-da, finally got that 4 verse. And I gotta get going here because got quite a bit. Better is the little of the righteous than the abundant of the wicked. For the arms of the wicked will be broken. For for YV, not sustains, sustains is he keeps safe. Trying to think of a better word than sustains. That's coming up. He knows the day of the blameless. He knows the days of and their inheritance will be forever. They will not be ashamed in times of evil. In the days of famine they will have abundance, but the wicked will perish like the enemies of YV. My stomach was making a sound. I know that it was most likely starting to pick up on the mic, so I wanted to quiet it down there a little bit. Will be like the glory of the pastures, they vanish. Like smoke, they vanish away. But this is their glory, or what they speak of. Their glory. Their glory of the pastures, they vanish. Like the enemies of YV, their glory vanishes. The glory of their pastures, they vanish. The glories of their work, the glories of their life, That's what we've been talking about, is their life, their way, their way of life. The glory of their, let me use that, way of life. Life. Like their war. How about something like this? And like their glory, and like their glory, the way, their way of life vanishes. Excuse me. Like their glory, their way of life vanishes. Like smoke, they vanish away. Like smoke, they disappear. The wicked borrows and does not pay back. The righteous is gracious and gives not to receive. But the righteous are gracious and gives without not expecting back. But the righteous are gracious and gives is without want. How's that? Does that covers it the shortest distance, I'm thinking? No, I got that back in here, didn't I? the way of life of man. Good or evil. And I'm going to put this as gray text because I added it and it does influence the text. But it just seems that that's because we've read above, this is what's going on. Okay. And it's not been evil, it's been wicked. Good or wicked are established by YV. He delights in his followers. He is delighted by the good. The way of life of man, good or wicked, are established by YV, and he is delighted in there, which would replace his. I think that's getting closer, and he is delighted in their established by what he is delighted, for he watches their way of life. Let's do that, because I've been doing ways of life. Then it would be, well, actually, he watches their way of life are established by, for he. That, you might have a little trouble with me editing it that way, but I'm thinking that's the intent of the writer. I'm really trying to make sure that the writer is being okay. That's been an hour, and we need to stop and continue. I'm going to clean this up, all this, and then continue with the text on the next one. Sorry about that, I lost track of time, and my stomach is really starting to play havoc here, so on to part 2.